This video clip is on writing equations from table data. So data that's been organized in a table. So here we have a column of x values, a column of y values. So we can plot those coordinates on a graph if we want to come up with an equation. So if we said each square is 1, then so the first point would be x is 2, y is 1. The next point is x is 4, y is 5. The next point is x is 7, y is 11. So it's a little bit off the chart right there. But if we want to see how steep it is, we go up 4 over 2 to get from one point to the next. If we go back 2 and down 4, that will be that same slope. That line continues to that point also. It's a straight line. So that crosses at -4. So if we wanted to write an equation for that, we could say y equals up 4 over 2x minus 4. Well, 4 divided by 2 could be reduced to 2x minus 4. Well, let's use those same numbers and find that equation mathematically without graph paper. You can use either way you want. So if I just look at the difference between 5 and 1, that is 4. The difference between 4 and 2 is 2. So I know that I multiply each x term by a 2 to find my y term. So I know it's something like this. Y equals 2x plus some number. Let's call it b. Well, to find that number, let's plug in one of those points. Well, let's use 2, 1, for example. The y is 1, the x is 2. The only thing we don't know in there is b, so we can solve that equation. 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 equals 4 plus something. To find out what that something is, let's go ahead and subtract 4. 1 minus 4 is -3. So that number that we were looking for is -3. So y equals 2x minus 3. That's our equation from that table of data. Does it really work? One way to check to see if it works, let's plug in another point and see if it really works. Let's say 11, is that equal to 2 times 7 minus 3? Is 11 equal to 14 minus 3? Yes, 11 is equal to 14 minus 3. So if it works for other points, then we can be confident that we have the correct equation. Let's graph another set of points from a table. If I say each square is worth 1, the x-axis and the y-axis, and we'll go to the point 1, -1, that's right there, 4, 2, 8, 6. So to get from one point to the next, I went up 3 over 3, up 4 over 4. Choosing either one of those, I could say 3 over 3 or 4 over 4. Either way, still gives me the same slope. And that always works if it's a line. If it's from a linear equation, it's the same slope anywhere on that line. So if I went back 1, down 1, that would be that point right there. So I could write my equation. Y equals 2x minus 1. No, I'm sorry, that's minus 2. That's, actually, I've got it all wrong. Y equals 1x, so I'll just write x minus 2. So it crosses the y-axis at negative 2 and goes up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and continues at that slope. Well, let's just do that mathematically. The difference between 2 and negative 1 is 3. The difference between 4 and 1 is 3. So we know that the slope is 1. Y equals x plus some number. Plug in a point. Choose any number. 8, 6. 6 is equal to 8 plus something. Solving, that number is negative 2. So we know the equation is y equals x minus 2. We could say plus negative 2, but it's easier to just say minus 2. Another set of points. If each square is worth 1, x-axis, y-axis, go to negative 3, negative 6, go to 2, 4, 4, 8. So we can say, well, how steep is that thing? Well, to get from one point to the other, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. Well, let's see what this one is. This one is up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one has a slope of 10 over 5, which is 2, which does not match the other one. And then I realized I graphed that last point incorrectly. It's supposed to be over 4, and I went over 5. So let's back up a little bit. So that says I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. So 4 over 2 is also 2. So we should get the same slope for any place. So I know y equals 2x. So where does it cross? Well, if I'm going up 4 over 2, that's the same as up 2 over 1. So I could go back 1 down 2, back 1 down 2. That crosses right at what we call the origin, where y is 0. So I could say plus 0, but adding 0 doesn't change anything, so that is my equation. The value of y is twice what the value of x is. So every time I increase x by 1, I increase y by 2. Mathematically, let's see, the difference between 4 and negative 6 is 10. The difference between 2 and negative 3 is 5. Slope of 2. Y equals 2x plus something. Let's plug in a point. So 8 equals 2 times 4 plus something. So 8 equals 8 plus something. Whoops. We don't know what that is yet. We can see it, but we'll just act like we don't, and we can solve. That's not divide, that is minus. 8 minus 8 is 0. So we could say y equals 2x plus 0. That is simply y equals 2x.